Hey everybody, David G here with the Internet Marketing Party, and I have the one, the only, Mr. Johnny Andrews. How are you,
What's
Johnny?
going What's going on? I am phenomenal.
Great, great. Was the last time you spoke on the Internet Marketing Party stage? We had to delete the video and apologize to a lot of people. Can you explain why?
Well, you see, I have this problem with being overly verbose sometimes, and it just, it's kind of like, I guess you could say, like a lingual ninja, and I just hurt so many people's feelings with it that it just, it was awful.
I
We'll
think it
leave
was.
it at that, you little bastard.
I think it had to do with the fact that you had one too many cool ones,
It's
starting at
possible.
11 in the morning. So this time, you're going to not be allowed to drink until at least 6 in the afternoon.
Oh, absolutely, exactly. I'm fully behind that. I endorse this message because, yeah, between you and Lovitch, man, I didn't stand a chance.
Right. Well, I don't drink anymore, and Lovitch, I think, has toned his act down a little bit.
That's
So,
impossible. It's in his genetics.
all right. So, before people get bored with our little banter here back and forth, what do you we need to give folks listening in the next 5 minutes something valuable so that they think it's worth their time to come on Thursday, June 14th, to come hear you and Hollis speak. So, we already know that the topic of your talk will be how to build a list of online buyers and have them pay you for the privilege of becoming a customer. So that's what you will be talking about. What's something you can share with folks right now in precisely 5 minutes that will make them go, shit, if you gave me that now, I gotta go see him in person.
What can I give them? Oh, geez, man, herpes. Absolutely. Because then they have to come see me to beat me up. Uh, yeah, so there you go. Good talk, man. No, I think that what's happening right now is certainly a good time. I mean, the context of of which we will be speaking is some stuff that I've been doing kind of on the back burner since 2008. And then only recently in the past, I want to say 2.5 years, completely went full force with because it is so freaking cool. And that is, just publishing. It's, specifically leveraging the Amazon Kindle platform.
I
And
know.
let me
That's what you're gonna be talking about, but what can you give folks right now?
That's
Like,
what I'm going to give you right now because if I don't give you the context behind why this works, no one's going to give a flying rat's ass.
okay, go.
So one must give the context. So if you don't give the why, then the how-to becomes meaningless. You read Dan Kennedy, man. Come on. You should know this stuff.
All right.
So here's why. Big shift in business simply because minimum movement, maximum impact. Regular internet business stuff has too many moving freaking parts. It gets annoying after a while. You need big infrastructure. But it sucks. When you do this, when you leverage this kind of system, and a lot of people, publish books and use books, and they like to say, hey, it's the best kind of marketing or business card you can have. It's true. However, I've yet to see anybody do it right. In fact, there's a couple of people that are pushing books up there today that I, possibly influenced them to do such a thing, but they're doing it completely wrong. What happens is you don't want to, the reason this doesn't work with physical books is because by the time you get a physical book shipped, they've already forgotten why they bought it in the first place. So there's a huge disconnect between the desire and the action. So in terms of like book sales to leads generated, it sucks. The reason you do it on Kindles is because you have an immediate interaction with folks where they can get the book and within a series of seconds take the action that you want them to in order to get the stuff that you're offering. And what that then leads to, and obviously you can tweak the offer within the book, it leads to a massive slew of, or a potentially massive slew if you're offering the right thing, of leads of people who have bought your book. They've already given you money, and now they're going to be put into a bigger sales funnel. And the big trick that you want to do with this is you have to make sure that your book has something that I call a high buoyancy point. And you want to think about that in terms of just floating kind of in the ocean, like a cork, kind of bobbing up and down. Some days it's higher, some days it's lower, but ultimately it's kind of going to float right here. Your buoyancy point, you want to keep that above 2,000 in the Amazon sales rank. And the reason you want to do that is because anything kind of below that, you're going to fall out of like the couple hundred sales a day. And if you're not doing at least, say 100 sales a day, you're not going to be getting that many leads per book. Now, how do you do that? Well, the best way to do that is through testing. You want to test your cover. You want to test your title. In fact, this is something that Timothy Ferris did when he released his 4-hour work week. And this is literally like I honestly would say like the number one thing is if you don't test your title and your cover, more than likely you're going to come out with a crap book that's just going to die on the shelf and it'll sink like a freaking rock. And so if you don't test, you won't get the outcome you want, which is buyer leads.
Got it.
And so there you have it. One tip.
Badass. That's really cool. Now, I might clip what I'm about to ask you in the answer and put it at the beginning, but why would somebody want to become a best-selling author if they're, like you've shared this with me a couple of months ago, like most internet marketers want to be behind the scenes. They want to be in their underwear working out of their, and since this is the internet marketing party, they want to be at home. They don't want, they're introverts. So talk to me about that so that we don't lose people.
No, it's a good question because you're right, and that's something that I've really sort of like strongly advocated. So it seems kind of funny that I would switch around, to doing that because I myself, about 2.5 years ago, launched a book that turned me into a best-selling author. I was like, hey, this is cool. Well, the reason that someone in the internet marketing space would want to do this is, first of all, let me clarify who should do this. People who are not hiding behind the scenes completely. Meaning if you have like say a pen name but you're out and you're cool with like being the dude behind the scenes, if you're just someone who's sort of like, marketing this phantom product, don't bother. It's not going to work. Like you don't want that the system that people use for that is all the Warrior Forum, get rich off a Kindle kind of things. Like that's doing what I'm talking about won't work for you. But if you have a legitimate business, any kind of legitimate business, what it does immediately is it adds credibility to your name. Because when people see best-selling author, they're like, cool, awesome. And here's what's interesting is there's still a stigma around being self-published these days. And so what I recommend is actually, get some kind of publishing house to take up your book. And if you have any kind of, the first question they're always going to ask is how are you going to promote it? And so, if you come up with a plan, then a lot of times they'll do it. Even if it's a smaller house or something like that, you can build your own. It's totally up to you. But make sure that you're, and it's not coming, say, like David Gonzalez Press or something like that. You don't want to be the name of the publishing house because people will look at that and they'll say, no, like clearly this person is just sort of like elevating his own status. And so you still want to wrap yourself kind of in that third party viability, but it opens doors like you wouldn't believe. Like I went to, for example, the book I published the first time was in the personal finance space.
You want to tell everybody what that book was?
Sure, fine. It's go to Amazon, type in Jonny Andrews, but it's How to Live Debt-Free and Wealthy, or How to Finally Live Debt-Free and Wealthy. And I blasted that one up.
And you want to tell everybody whose butt you kicked in that realm?
Oh, well, thank you. Yes, I will. Yeah, I totally annihilated. So I came out of nowhere with this, and I annihilated Dave Ramsey, Susie Orman, Robert Kiyosaki, and basically everybody else. In fact, what I like doing nowadays, even though like that's not my primary thrust, in being in personal finance, I just happened to put that book out because I went through some crazy shit that I thought people would learn from. But I enjoy every now and then just when Dave's getting a little uppity on TV, I like do what I call pulsing, and I shoot my book up past him on the bestseller list and just kind of like wave. It's funny. It's really cool. It's just something I enjoy doing now. But yeah, it's a wonderful thing. And I went to a personal finance blogger conference,
right.
And lo and behold, everybody was like, "Oh, you're Jonny Andrews. You're that guy. You just had that book on." I'm like, "Oh my god!" Because Amazon is such a massive ecosystem. Like, 300 million freaking buyers are involved with this thing. It's like the biggest buy my stuff website on the planet. And when you have something like this, it's like people understand that, like versus ClickBank, let's say, or publishing yourself just through your own merchant account. People understand that they see Amazon, like that's why you do it, because it's a publicly verifiable badge of honor that adds credibility to who you are and what you're doing and your message. And so it's social proof, like in the most epic sense, because if you're a best-selling author, then you must be selling a lot of books, So, and if you're selling a lot of books, that means you must be right about whatever it is that you're saying. And so if you look at the difference between doing something with like, if you want to get on radio, if you want to get on TV, if you want to get on any kind of major outlet and then further verify yourself, I mean, this is the best way to go, because people look at authors, they look at people with books, and they're like, absolutely, you could do something with this. And so you make the book happen first, and then you leverage that success with your book to then go get regular media. Like I said, you can't really do much with it if it's just somebody who doesn't want to be seen behind the scenes. So
Right.
that I wouldn't recommend using this method. But if you are that guy, then it would behoove you to, maybe find people who are in front of the scenes and publish them. So
Cool.
that's
So this weekend, I was interacting with a friend of mine. She's a multimillionaire in the real estate space. She does no info products, no internet marketing whatsoever. She actually is a 50-50 partner with someone else who they basically specialize in warehouses, big giant warehouses. And she's a rags to riches story in the real estate world. And she just loves internet marketers because she was dating one. She was dating somebody in the internet marketing community and started coming to all of our events and whatnot. And after they're no longer dating, she still comes. And I asked her, why do you come to these events? And she says, because I love how smart, I love the creative fire, the ingenious ideas that you guys come up with. And I'm just gathering information. And she got inspired to create a nonprofit. And so she's going, I'm going to go and apply all this stuff there. And I said, I want you to know something. The people that do the best with internet marketing are not doing internet marketing inside internet marketing. They're not even doing the best. The best ones are doing it outside of this market altogether. And her eyes lit up and she said, oh my God, why didn't anyone ever tell me that before? So
it's true.
I told her the old Lovitch thing about how if you made a lot of money getting leads by sending faxes to, fax blasts. If anybody even remembers what a fax is, would you call, let's say you were a dentist getting you had a waiting list practice because you were faxing offices who needed dental care. Would you call yourself a dentist or a fax marketer?
I would probably be the dental fax genie of all things ninja and then sell it on the Warrior Forum for $20.
Which is why you partnered with Hollis. And,
exactly. Because that's what he does. He fax blasts to babies.
So I'm thinking the title of this should be why internet marketers should not do internet marketing in internet marketing, but will make a ton of money and gain massive credibility and crush it in other markets. And it's why local business money machine worked for Kevin Wilkie. He took amazing skills that were tired and worn in one market and then brought them into another virgin market where it was like shooting fish in a barrel.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So with that, I'm 6 minutes late for my other call. Any parting words?
Yeah, come see us on Thursday. I'm all excited to do this.
Yeah, we're all excited to have you, and we're going to keep the alcohol away from Jonny until after he speaks. So those of you that were there the last time, breathe easy, relax, and we'll keep him on a tight leash. So
absolutely. Actually, I will be on a leash. I'm bringing my my GIMP costume.
Awesome. That's what I was hoping you would do.
Totally.
Talk with you soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.